Yo, what is going on, fools? In today's video, I'm gonna give you 10 ways to retake high ground. So if you guys enjoy the video, don't forget to throw a like, subscribe, and put those notifications on so you won't miss the next. Okay, so basically the common way to retake high ground is to double ramp out like this and then place a cone, and then you could either ramp through it like that, or you could turn around and do one of these. Instead, I'm going to show you the first move on the list, which looks something like this. Now, breaking that down, whenever you double ramp out like this and place your cones, whenever you turn around, all you gotta do is this, but you can actually hold this spot and kind of peek wherever your enemy is, because it's really important to track. So if you're not sure where your enemy is, you could just check real quick like this and then confirm the edit. Now here's what the second move looks like. Now, breaking it down, you want to double ramp out similar to the first tip, but instead of turning around and editing, you're going to want to place a cone, 2 floors, and a ramp. Then from here, you can just edit through like that. But quick note, just make sure you place a wall right here, because if this wall isn't here, then the whole thing will collapse. Now onto the third tip, which looks something like this. Breaking this down, whenever you're editing out like this and you place your cones, instead of going through it, turn around, place a wall, and make sure your ramp catches the last part. That way you can just 90 from there. Now moving on to the fourth tip, which looks something like this. Breaking it down is the same as the other tips. Whenever you double ramp out like this and place your cones, you just want to edit these 2 squares, turn around, reset it, and then from there you can just keep ramping up. So this next tip is probably one of my favorite high ground retakes, and I see Bizzle doing it a lot, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like. Breaking this one down, whenever you're double ramping out like this, you're going to want to turn around, place a floor and a ramp. And then when you're at this spot right here, you have 3 options. You could either shoot the person following your ramp, you could go like this and build over them, or when you're in this spot and you see your opponent still has high ground, you could just do a protected 90 like this, place a floor here, and then just keep double ramping out. Now onto the 6th tip, which looks something like this.
That's how I roll.
This tip is helpful, especially when you're trying to conserve mats, because all you got to do is go like this, rotate your ramp, jump around, confirm, and just carry on. Now this next tip is super useful whenever you have an enemy that's super high ground like this and you're trying to ramp rush. So here's what it looks like. One thing to look out for whenever you're doing this ramp rush is to stay closest to the middle as possible. That way, whenever you're ramping up, your wall will go to the side like this and not right here, which is pretty common when you're first starting to learn. So yeah, just stay closest to the middle as possible for this and you should be good. Also, you don't have to go straight up like this if you don't want to. You can go to the side and that makes it a little more versatile. For your 8th tip, whenever you're on a 1x1 and you see your opponent above you, you could do one of these and try to trap them, or you could just retake high ground. For this one, you just want to make sure you're editing the opposite side of where they're at. So if they're over here, just edit these 2 squares and then go like this, where you could either trap them or you can just retake high ground.
You said that already!
So for this next tip, whenever your opponent starts ramp rushing over you like this, you often find yourself in this position. But from here, I'm going to show you a cool move you can do. Then from here, all you got to do is either edit like this, take your shot, or you can build a ramp and then edit through the cone. This tip I got from Jarian on YouTube, so make sure you check him out. Now the last tip is called the Thwifo cone. Thwifo, I have no clue how to pronounce it, but this is what it looks like. Now this one I found most useful when I'm just single ramping up. As you see here, I can go like that and then continue on to double ramp with protection over me. But if I wanted to normally double ramp out, I wouldn't do that method. I'd rather do this one, because this one is the same thing, but it's a lot easier to do. As you see here, I did a side by side of the two methods, and literally, as you see, it's the exact same protection. Also, another variation you could do instead of going like this is something like this. As you can see from the side view, the ramp actually pushes a cone closer to the enemy, which makes it harder for them to build up. And from here, if you wanted to keep double ramping, you could just place a second cone and then continue from there. And that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to throw a like, turn on post notifications, and comment down below what video you guys want to see me do next. Peace.